This is the first UK Community Partner Summit, and it brings together a whole range of community partners from across the country who've got experience and expertise in working with universities to tackle social inequalities issues. And they've come together because they want to find out whether or not they share common issues and challenges. And what they're really keen to do is look at what they might do about that. How do they take that forward? How do they learn from each other to make those partnerships even more vibrant?
One of the purposes of planning the 2 days and coming here was to find out whether if other community partners actually think the same way as the planning group, in that we need to have some sort of a central hub, sat-nav system, toolkit to be able to engage with universities and universities engage with us.
At a time of great stress in public finance and in services for communities, we think there's a substantial potential for communities and universities to work together for mutual benefit, which includes support and development for communities. So we think that gathering together those who've had some experience from the community side to help hear their perspectives and the things that they consider barriers might be extremely helpful in helping us develop this capacity for general public social good.
For me, it's kind of looking at how do we go forward from the landing processes.
I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow there'll be some practical steps that we can put in motion.
Well, my immediate response was power structures and who's in charge.
Time to move on to the next group. And you can choose any theme to move on to.
It's what we want out of it that is the question. Why is this theme important to us? Because it makes us dig deep to find out, well, why do you want to be with the university? Why? And what you're going to learn from it.
Learning is happening both ways, so we as community partners can learn from the universities and the universities can learn from us.
So we're halfway through the second day, and already some really clear actions are emerging that people collectively think might really make a difference. So we're experimenting with the notions of networks, we're experimenting with toolkits or resources that might help guide people who are wanting to form these kinds of relationships in the future. And what we're really excited about is that by the end of today, we're going to have a real clear sense of where to put our energy and effort over the next few months.
In a way, it's about the culture of universities being able to be flexible and adaptable, but it's also about community groups recognising that there's an opportunity and stepping up to engage with that.
Understand what your goals are as an organisation and communicate those to universities clearly and ask them to tell you what their goals are.
Today's been really exciting, being able to take a step back actually and look at kind of the whole picture of how lots of different community groups engage with universities.
What was surprising for me, and I thought that I was just coping with all these issues by myself, is to hear other organisations saying exactly the same thing, thinking exactly the same thing, raising the same issues as we have been.
I'm delighted. I thought I was one of the few passionate people in my area of sort of Lancashire, and I've never really met up with other people. And to meet so many interesting people with such a passion scattered throughout the country, and thought, good grief, this could work.